Finally, we got a week with a lot of news. Yes, it was a red week. We're going to cover that. But we got some tweets or social truths from Trump about the tariffs. We got news from NVIDIA. The banks are talking crypto. Johnny Ive is back with Sam Altman on their new IO vision and a lot more. Let's dive in. So hi, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Micha, and on this channel, we talk about stocks. Basically, we summarize the week. Everything and anything that you see here is not financial advice. It's just for your entertainment and education purpose only, so you'll be updated on everything that is going on around the world. And of course, the only one thing that I really would love if you can subscribe to the channel. We have 6.4K subscribers, and it'll be amazing if you can subscribe as well. Let's dive in. Markets, major averages down for the week. NASDAQ down 2.3. S&P down 2.6. And of course, the Russell, not of course, but the Russell down 3.4 for the week. When we look at the indices themselves, all of them on the red side, with energy minus 4% for the week, while technology down 3.4. Crypto market, Bitcoin all-time high, 112,000 during the week, but then cooling off, and now is about 109,000 while I'm recording this. Ethereum, pretty stable for the week. This brings us to commodities. Gold, silver up for the week. Maybe they're fearing what's going on with Trump. You never know. So that's kind of how they were. Energy, not something to talk about. The great, GR8, the great companies, Google, Broadcom, positive for the week. All the rest negative, with Apple down 7.5% for the week. It was Trump's tweet, and it was Sam Altman and Johnny Ive. We're going to talk about that in just a second when we cover the news. And that, of course, brings us to the news of the week. We'll start with some Truth Social. The first came in Friday. Donald Trump announces the merger between U.S. Steel and Nippon, Japanese Nippon, while Nippon will create at least 70,000 jobs with $14 billion investment. All of this would happen in Pennsylvania, all the way from Pennsylvania to Arkansas. A big win for Donald Trump in that arena. On the different arena, the EU, well, Trump doesn't like the way they negotiate with him, and he's pulling in the big gun, saying that if it doesn't close by June 1st, there's going to be a 50% tariff on the EU. We're going to talk about Apple in a second, because there was also social truth related to Apple, saying that if they don't produce in the US, they're going to be charged 25% tariffs as well. Big banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells, and Citi are talking to create a stable coin, a crypto stable coin. You remember the ones that said crypto? We don't believe in crypto. They're apparently working on a stable coin. Trump invokes a wartime act on uranium. This made uranium stocks on Friday shoot to the moon, with NNE, Nucleor, up 30%, Oklo up 23%, and SMR, NuScale, Power Corp up almost 20% in one day. This is one day, not even a week. Apple is diligently working on the new AR glasses to compete with Meta AR glasses. They see the future of maybe the next iPhone or the next wearable to be glasses. It would be very interesting to see. Bill Ackman from Pershing Square builds a new position in Amazon. Walmart is slashing 1,500 corporate jobs to simplify their operations. And this is the big story for the week. Sam and Johnny introduced IO. Sam Altman, OpenAI, Johnny Ive, who basically designed the iPod, the iPhone, the Mac, all the legendary Apple products are teaming up. Sam Altman, OpenAI, is acquiring Johnny Ive's design studio for $6.4 billion. This makes, of course, Johnny Ive a billionaire overnight. But they're going to work together on the next thing. They haven't mentioned what it's going to be, but it's going to be the next big thing that will take AI and kind of encapsulate it with hardware. Probably a wearable necklace or something like that, but no one really knows what. They're going to introduce it probably next year, but, the secrecy, and you know how it is. Palantir was awarded almost $800 million in contracts all the way to 2029. Raytown gets almost $380 million all the way to 2027. One was from the U.S. Army. The other was from Air Force. Nike's going to raise their prices while also launching back on Amazon. 2019, Nike pulls everything from Amazon, saying they can do DTC by themselves, direct to consumer. And 2025, they understand that it's better to cooperate with Amazon rather than stand alone. Andy Jassy, Amazon CEO, says that he doesn't see any dented consumer spending. NVIDIA is partnering with NVTS Navitas for the next generation power solutions for the data centers. We talked about Apple and Tim Cook. This is the tweet that came from Donald Trump related to the tariffs. United Health with a very problematic report from The Guardian that says that they're holding nurses, or they're actually paying nurses not to submit or not to transfer people to hospitals if they go over their quota. This, of course, brought UNH stock down for the week. NVIDIA CEO praises Trump for changing the curbs on AI. Elon Musk, with a rare interview on CNBC to David Faber, doesn't provide a lot of hot takes, but what we did here is next month, which is June, we're going to see autonomous taxis in Austin. We knew that. He confirms that. They're going to start slow, and then they're going to go increase the numbers, and they're going to spend a lot of money on NVIDIA GPUs. Waymo surpasses 10 million fully driverless rides. We had Google I.O. this week. Amazing new developments from Google, whether it's agent mode, VO3, creating videos, everything you want to see encapsulated in that Google I.O. I don't know if you've seen the movies that can be created with Google I.O. If you haven't, let me show you one video that I've created with that. It's called One Trade. Let's bring it back here. Let's turn on the volume. Here it goes. You can see it on my Hebrew-speaking Twitter account. Here it is.
If this fails, I lose everything.
I damaged it!
You've lost it, man.
One trade to change it all. Let it burn, or let it fly. Oh my God, yes.
And this is part of Google's new VEO. Just to put it into context, I created these videos, these clips, combined them together. All I did is write a prompt, and that's it. ChatGPT actually wrote the prompts. I just copy-pasted. I didn't even do anything. And it created this movie, the sound effects, everything. It's crazy. This is VO3. D-Wave Quantum shares soar 20% because they're releasing a product that everyone can use. I'm not sure it's there yet, but the market really liked that. Pfizer is striking a $6 billion cancer deal with China. Does that say that the Chinese are further ahead in medicine and biomedicine versus the US? Who knows? Regeneron buys 23andMe after bankruptcy for $256 billion. There was a time where 23andMe was priced at $4 billion, something like that. So that's a huge haircut. NVIDIA and Microsoft have a leap forward AI-enhanced RTX PC for developers and others. Microsoft is pushing AI agents forward. Qualcomm is teaming up with NVIDIA to produce data center CPUs. NVIDIA is going to build a supercomputer for Taiwan. And guess what? The AAII, suddenly everyone is bullish when the price is very close to all-time high. Where were they when we were at the lows? Then they were bearish. Next week, we get, first of all, Monday, no trading, Memorial Day, as you know. Tuesday, we get a few companies. Mainly, it's a retail week and NVIDIA. Wednesday, we get NVIDIA, Salesforce, and C3 AI. The whole market's going to look at that. And then Thursday, we get Costco. From other events, Thursday we get GDP and Friday we get PCE. That brings us, of course, to the S&P 500 represented by Japanese candlesticks. You can see that we broke two of the trend lines that we had, the support lines that we had, and now we're at the cusp of our gap. The bottom area and the support for the gap is around 56.69. We might hit that during the week, kind of closing the gap and then starting to creep back up. There isn't really material technical damage being done this week. It's just a correction going down to test some support and then turning around and going back up. I don't see any problems currently with the market. I believe that if we will be where the X is, under 56.68, that would be something to worry about. Up until then, it's basically how Tom Lee called it, the most hated rally. I hope you enjoyed everything that you saw today. My name is Micha Stocks. Don't forget to smash that like button and of course to forward to your friends so they will be updated every week on everything that is going on. Till next time. Bye-bye.